Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And because I'm not the only one who has opinions about relationship matters, I've decided that every now and again I'll have a guest with me to discuss the issues. And with me today is my friend Lape. Lape, say hi.
Hi.
Lape is a relationship coach and she's also a YouTuber. Some of you may have seen her on her YouTube channel, youtube.com/Lape Soetan, in case you haven't, or on her blog. Is it a blog or a website?
It's a blog.
It's a blog, but
yeah.
typically
But
it's like a website.
yeah, it's actually, it looks bigger than that, but basically it's a blog,
okay.
And it's www.lapesoetan.com. LAPESOETAN.
.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lape and I right now are at Workstation. Workstation is a virtual office. That's what I was looking for, and a workspace for people in different fields and entrepreneurs and whatever. They come here, they use the facility. They have different rates and plans that people can take advantage of. So if you're looking for a workplace in VI with flexible rates and lots of facilities, to be honest, they have a restaurant, they have a gym, they have different stuff here. Check them out on the website. I'll leave a link to their website in the description box below. But yes, Lape, what are we talking about? Lape and I have decided to talk about something that, I don't know, it's common to like both of us. Lape coaches single women, mainly, right?
Single women over the age of 30. I help them attract the right relationship for them.
Okay.
And so that's what I focus on. So I know a lot about women and single women and helping them.
Okay, and we have decided that we will talk about the common challenges that women in their 30s face when it comes to dating and relationships, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, what are the common things or the common issues that you hear from your clients, and then generally just from single women in their 20s but mainly in their 30s?
Yeah. Okay, so the number one thing I hear from single women in their 30s when they're dating is, I don't know if he really likes me. How do I know if he likes me? What are the signs that I should look out for? Okay. He did X, Y, Z. Does that mean he likes me? He does X, Y, Z. Are we in a relationship? And they keep asking me that, and sometimes I'm like, oh dear, I wish I could talk.
Are we in a relationship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So they don't actually know. Wow.
They don't actually know, you know. But what I found is that at the base, if you really go down to it, they do know, but they don't want to admit it to themselves.
Who the guy?
The girl.
Or the girl?
The woman,
okay.
yes.
They know whether the guy likes her or not.
She knows whether they're in a relationship or not.
Okay.
I mean, at the bottom, I mean, if you take time with her and you talk for a while, you'll find out that underneath it, she really knows the answer, but perhaps she doesn't want to see it. But when they first come to me, that's what they say, you know, how do I know if he really likes me, and are we in a relationship?
Question, why don't these women just ask the guy that?
It is so hard to read. You see, you're not a girl. That's why you ask that question. It is so difficult. By the way, maybe I should just skip and say the shortcut to it is the short answer to that question is ask him. If you want to know where you stand, whether you are in a relationship or not, you need to ask him. That's the solution. So let me now go back at the end of the day, that's the solution. So let me now go back to your question of why don't they ask him? They don't ask him for two reasons. One, I think they're kind of scared. In a way, they feel like it looks like they're being over eager.
Okay.
You know, they don't want to look as if I really fancy you. I mean, I fancy you like crazy, but you don't fancy me. They don't want to be embarrassed. And then the second thing is, I think they don't want to be disappointed because, like I said earlier, some of these women actually know the answer to the question. So they don't want to actually hear it in real life.
Then get the negative
exactly.
answer.
They don't want to hear, no, we are not doing anything. We are just.
But isn't it better to know? Isn't it better to know your fate and nip it in the bud?
In actual fact, it's better to know. But you know, it's difficult. Sometimes the truth is bitter. It's difficult to take. And that's the situation.
And you'd rather just leave the lie or the fantasy out a little bit longer.
I don't think they would admit that.
Okay.
But
that's
perhaps
at the end of the day.
Perhaps that is the truth. Perhaps living in a fantasy is actually easier than the reality of I'm wasting my time, and I've been wasting my time for the past 3 years.
Wow. I thought we were talking about like weeks or 2 months. Wow.
Sometimes it's happening for years, you know. He comes in and goes out, he comes and goes, and I don't know where we stand. I don't understand what's going on. And so to now finally hear that answer after 2 years, it can be devastating for some people. But like you say, it's better to know than to continue and perhaps do it for 10 years.
Okay, in your opinion, like what do you think is an ideal amount of time or duration when things have been ambiguous? You know, you've been seeing the guy, you've been hanging out. What duration of time do you think is right to put your foot down and say, look, Mr. Man, what is going on here?
You know, that's a question I hear often too. And sadly, there's no correct answer. I cannot say after 2 weeks, better asking what people are doing. I cannot say after 2 months. What I would say is go with your gut. Okay? If you have been, you know, and it's so, some of the words I use, I would say if you have been seeing somebody for 2 months, but what does seeing somebody mean? Does that mean you guys see each other once a week? Does that mean you sleep with each other once a month? Okay, so that's why it depends on yourself.
Does that mean you talk every day?
So, exactly. So it depends so much on how you feel inside. If you feel that you have been dating somebody, or seeing somebody, or not dating you. You see, it's so subjective. That's the thing. If you think, okay, let me put it this way: if there's a guy in your life that has been prominent in your life for a while,
right,
and you think that by this time you should be able to say confidently that I have a boyfriend. If you're at that stage in your life, then you should ask him. That stage can come earlier or later, depending on the person. There's some people that after 2 weeks they're like, okay, what are we doing here? You understand? And there's some people that can wait until 3 months or 6 months and say, okay, what are we doing? But what I would say is try not to make it too early, because everybody needs time
to process
things, you know. And no matter how I used to argue about it before, but even when you meet a guy who says he's single, he's not necessarily single. I mean, okay, he's single in that he's not married,
right?
But that does not mean that he is not sleeping with other women.
Okay, or talking to other women.
Or talking to other women. So when you meet him and you guys are dating, it might perhaps sometimes it's too early to start saying, okay, well, we see each other for 2 weeks now, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend? You know, you do have to follow your intuition and see how things are. Besides, I think, so when I say 2 weeks, I really do think that 2 weeks is really too early. I mean,
2 weeks is too early. I mean, like maybe a month or 2 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know, because in the 2 weeks, how often have you seen each other? How do you even know that you?
What if you're talking every day for 2 weeks? How about that?
That's really still too early. Because what do you know about the person in 2 weeks? 2 weeks, you're talking to the person. Are you seeing each other every day? Because when you talk to somebody on the phone, it's different from when you meet each other every day. When you talk on the phone, sometimes some people are in a relationship with somebody who is abroad and they're talking every day for 2 weeks and then they're in a relationship. You know, that's debatable, for example.
Right.
I really feel like you have to have met the person and have gotten a feel of the person for a while before you know that you in particular even want to be in a relationship with that person.
Oh,
not just whether the person wants to be in a relationship with you.
Right.
Before then, you can now ask, okay, you can probably tell by now that I like you. Am I your girlfriend? Are we dating? Are we in a relationship?
People saying that as a guy, hitting a guy with that, am I your girlfriend? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Are you my boyfriend? It's a lot for a guy to take. So I think a better way, a more subtle way of saying would be, what's going on here? Is there something? Are we going somewhere with this? Are we building on something? Because when you hit us between the eyes with, you know, are we boyfriend and girlfriend, like, whoa, you know, not every guy can handle that. But if you ease us into it and say, are we going somewhere? Is this going somewhere? Are we, you know, delving or moving into a relationship? You get my point?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
And it's how the receiver, I mean the guy, how we take it. As if that's what we've been telling the ladies, that are we boyfriend and girlfriend, please stop telling them that. Because the guys may run in the opposite direction.
Since you're a guy, that's probably relevant advice to give. If what I would say to that is, if you ask somebody, are we dating, are we in a relationship, are we boyfriend and girlfriend, and the person runs away, that person's not for you. And if the person runs away, it's true. If the person runs away and regrets it, they're going to come back to you.
Right.
That really, I really truly believe that.
Okay.
If the person is really frightened, because if the person is frightened, what's the person frightened about? Is the person frightened because they generally don't want to be in a relationship? Is the person frightened because they have not realized that, no, darling, you are not the person? Or why is the person? But if the person, if the person is truly interested in you, he's going to say, okay, I wasn't prepared for that question. I don't know how to answer that. Please let me answer that Do you understand? He's going to say that exactly.
Okay.
And he's going to come back and say, look, I want you in my life and I want you to be my boyfriend. Sorry, darling, I want you to be my girlfriend.
I
know it's 21st century, but just kidding. So he's going to come back and say that if he doesn't come back, allow yourself to cry and do stuff, but then move on.
I don't know. From my point of view, like I said, it's really different the way guys see things and the way women see things.
It is so different.
And I don't know if the answer, or part of the answer, is thinking or trying to think for the other party. You get my point?
Yeah.
I don't know if my advice to a woman in this kind of situation you stated, if I tell her to, try and see things from the guy's point of view, how he's seeing things, or how he take that information, or that, or that question of where are we going, or are we boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know. I would say that it's better if try and see things from the other person's point of view. Like, even if you're a guy and you've been seeing this girl for a month, 2 months, and you're not giving her anything to go with, you're just hanging out, like unproductive hanging out. So you're saying, talking on the phone, and you're also blocking other guys from talking to her, because it's really not fair. I mean, if you're just having fun, think of her. It's not fair on her. So there is something like unproductive hanging out. So there's somebody just stringing you along and whatnot. I think it's really unfair. But it could be something that's just me. You guys watching, let me know what you think. Is it fair to just
something called unproductive hanging out?
It's true. And let us know if it's fair or not, or what you think about it. Lape, thanks so much. This has been awesome. Do you have any final thoughts or final pieces of advice for women who find themselves in the situation you stated?
My number one advice that I say over and over again is to create a life that you love. Because I really believe that if you are trying to build a life in which you are happy, you are more likely to attract the right person for you into your life.
True.
But if you are focusing on the negatives or you're trying to be somebody else, you're going to attract the wrong person into your life. So try as much as possible to build a life that you love. It is so important. The next thing I want to say is that you should be patient. And this is advice for everybody in everything, not just in love, and it's advice for myself as well, because I'm one of the most impatient people in the world. I want everything done yesterday. I want everything yesterday.
And
I want
specifications.
So it's advice for myself as well. Be patient, because when you try to rush, you're more likely to make a mistake. It's even just like when you're walking, it's like when you want to cross the road, when you're a child and they're teaching you to cross the road, they tell you to walk, don't run, because you're more likely to fall.
Right.
Yes, because you're more likely to fall when you run. In the same way, when you are looking for love or looking for a relationship or looking to get married, be patient, because the more you rush, the more likely you are to make a mistake. So those are my two pieces of advice. Create a life you love and then be patient.
Lape, thank you so much. Guys, remember, Lape is also a YouTuber. You can find her right here on YouTube as well. www.youtube.com/Lape Soetan, and her blog is
www.lapesoetan.com.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. That's what Lape.
Yeah.
So